How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to the Celtic casts, and we're joined by Mark Hodson in today's episode. Thankfully, the firework display that went off in Dubai hasn't affected his apartment block yet. Yes, touch wood. So we're all here today, guys, in the flesh. And funny that we literally said we didn't care about anything that's going on in the world last week, and then boom, it lands on Mark's doorstep.
Yeah.
Boom. Quite literally.
And the thing was, when Mark wrote into the group chat yesterday, I had no clue what was going on around the world. And
That was the first I heard.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, Mark wrote that in, and I was thinking, is he exaggerating? Mark's not really the type to exaggerate. And then I seen a couple of things online. So yeah, however, there are a couple of people exaggerating. One of my clients actually had a story up, and he said there's some influencer, don't know who he is, over in Dubai. He posted a story or some reel or something yesterday. It got 10 million views. And since then, he's posted another 5 reels going on about how scary it is and like this and this and that. And I'm like, this is why somebody texted me recently and goes, but you see what's going on? It's crazy, isn't it? And do you think it's going to get any worse? And I was like, don't know, don't care. As long as it doesn't affect me, I don't give a shit, because I'm going to just be looking at all this garbage online, you know, all these influencers over in Dubai just milking it for content. Literally, you know. So,
well, but in better news, Mark, you got legs done anyway.
I got legs done. I walked in and I was the only one in there,
yeah.
Because obviously it doesn't open until 2. And the lights were off. I left them off. I trained in the dark. I fucking loved it.
Hardcore. Oh, that's the
so that the missus didn't pick anything up, like, is it?
Yeah, no heat seeking.
Mark's in stealth mode training legs, like. It's even a rep in reserve so he doesn't grunt too hard. It's like, I know I laugh, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny until it's not funny. So at the moment it's funny, but like I always say, like, if something happens, then I'll worry. But there's no point in worrying about it twice. You know what I mean? There's no point in worrying now and then worrying when it happens. It is what it is. I always say, right, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
Let it play out as it is.
If something happens, it was lovely knowing you as it was.
I know, like me and Dara were earlier, like, fucking hell, who's the replacement gonna be?
Yeah, we're screwed. We're gonna have to duo it moving forward. Yeah. So funny, actually, Mike, whilst I remember, don't know why this popped into my head, right? But you know, I actually got a couple of comments on my YouTube. I think I got it 3 times about someone saying, is that Derek Lunsford? Is that Derek Lunsford?
Every year.
So funny, man. Everyone called him Mike Derek Lunsford, because obviously it was like low angle, Mike just like staunch like this, and it's like the beard, right?
Yeah.
Skin tone. Yeah, you actually do look quite like him, Mike.
I know, I've been getting that now for the last 3-4 years. That's why I was saying I'd love to get over to Olympia and just get a picture with him and tell him I'm the Irish Derek Lunsford, bar the mast.
You're only about 6 inches taller.
Derek Lunsford from Wish.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, no, that's a good one. No, I heard that every year, so that's a nice one now. But what are we looking at? We have to update Dara's location. He hasn't said it yet. In this pod, we tapped on it last day. So where are you right now?
My background here, I'm in Kaunas, if I pronounce it correctly, in Lithuania. Lovely spot, guys. I must say, I'm actually blown away. I'm very impressed. Beautiful city, really nice and clean, aesthetic. Everyone is just chilled out, walking around. Nothing too hectic. Not tons and tons of, like, you know, immigrants and stuff here. It's just all like just pure culture. Went to an unbelievable coffee shop this morning. It was mint. The food looks unbelievable here. Fortunately, I can't have any of it, but I went to the supermarket, and so well kitted out, right? I know this is such a small thing, and people are going to be like, oh, what are you on about? It's just a supermarket. But anytime I've gone away, especially like around Europe, like Croatia, and then beyond that, Turkey, and even sometimes Spain, France, Germany, go into the supermarket and they just never have what I'm looking for, or all the stuff is like garbage. I went in here and I was like, oh my God, this is better than the supermarket back home. You know, all the produce were fresh. Everything was just like, I was like, so good. Like, I didn't expect it to be that good.
Is that the capital?
No, so this is the second largest city. So Vilnius is the capital.
Okay, yeah.
And that's like an hour away. So I have like every single Lithuanian that follows me have been texting me over the last day or two, like, what are you doing there? Blah, blah, blah. I think Vilnius is an hour away on the train. So I might potentially go there on Wednesday, which is my rest day, or maybe might go there on Friday because I have no check-ins on a Friday and might train, but I don't know.
Is everyone massive?
There's some big dudes here, like just big men, you know, big, bald Eastern European men.
And
like,
I'm telling you, Lithuanian genetics are elite.
Do you know one thing? I've seen like probably 2 fat people since I've been here. Everyone was like, obviously, look, I was out pretty early this morning. The coffee shops didn't open until 9 and 10 a.m., which I think is a bit of a joke for coffee, right? We went down at like 9:30 in the middle of the city. Nobody out, just a couple of runners and stuff. By 10:30, a little bit busier. But again, it was all just people running, walking, etc. Everyone looked pretty fit. The gyms over here aren't meant to be great, but like everyone looks like they take care of themselves. You know, there's no one really like, not many people walking around smoking either, which is something that I've noticed in a lot of other European countries. Like when I was in Turkey, everyone's smoking fags. Croatia, everyone's smoking
True.
fags. Like
Yeah.
every single person, you know, none of that here. So yeah, just from what I've seen so far.
What's the weather like now? Because I know you had something up saying, was it like minus like 20 or something the previous week?
Yeah,
Oh,
mate.
that was on your YouTube actually. Sorry, I just plugged your YouTube. I was watching that video yesterday, I think.
Yeah, the weather is amazing over here. It's weird, right? Because it was like maybe 2 or 3 degrees this morning when we walked down to get a coffee, but it didn't feel like that because blue skies, sun was out. There's loads of snow that's collected that's still there that hasn't fully like melted and shifted yet. But I don't know, man. I was in really good form because I think like in the UK, not necessarily like the temperature that kind of throws you off. It's like just the dull grey clouds, isn't it? So it was cold here, but it was sunny and it was bright and it was just like really nice. And the snow was kind of nice. You know, you look over a city, you just kind of see all the snow. And we walked over this bridge and I just looked down either side and I was like, this is fucking sick. You know? What was I going to say there now? Yeah, last week or the week before, it was like minus 27 it got up to. So the taxi driver told me normally they get maybe about 2 weeks of like snow every single year.
Yeah.
This year, they had 2 months straight of snow and lowest ever temperatures. They said like they weren't really expecting it. Normally they get a 2 week spell. He said all of January and February, it was just, you know. So thank fuck I came over when I did. He was slagging me. He was saying, you're after coming on the first day of spring, 8 degrees today. It's great. He goes, yesterday at -5, -6. I was like, well, thank fuck.
Oh, perfect. You didn't have to pack all the jackets and
They knew I was coming, boy. They knew I was coming.
That's it. So that's good. So what is it till Friday, Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday.
Flight's at 6:10 Saturday. So I'll actually be back in the UK at 7:10 a.m. So I'll be back nice and early, be home nice and early, you know, and I'll just stay up all day then. I'm trying to keep my UK schedule whilst I'm here. So my meal timings are 2 hours ahead and I'm trying to have my bedtime 2 hours ahead. I was up a little bit earlier now than I would have liked this morning. Was up at like 10 to 4 UK time, but I think I'm just putting that down to getting up and traveling early yesterday. So
Long day, yes.
tonight now I'll stay up till about 10 p.m. here, maybe a little bit later, so I can sleep in tomorrow. And I'll train at like 3 p.m. kind of over here, and that should see me still at UK time, so that when I go back, I'm not kind of all over the place.
Nice one. So let's have a little look at our current phases then, and I'll just even kick off. So I'm approaching that 120, 119.8, holding good condition now for me at this body weight now. But moving really well, joints are feeling good. Food, like for me now, food's only 4.8. Like normally before, like if I was going up to that 120, like I would have been pushing 5.8, 6,000, but that probably would have just been poor digestion. It's just because I wasn't utilizing anything there now, whereas now everything is just literally on point. Walks between the meals, training's going good, joints are feeling good. I'd say I'm going to creep probably to 1, 2, 3, maybe tops, maybe between 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think anything more, it's just not going to be worth it from where I'm at the minute, because I will just get that negative return body fat. Obviously, sleep is taking that little bit of a hit now. Daytime naps are part and parcel of my day. Normally, that 3 o'clock, 3 to half 3 is nap time for me now. I'm sure, Mark, you do any of them now. Where are you now at the minute then?
I've no time for naps. I'd love to, but at the moment I just don't have time for napping.
I'm making sure I have that kind of 20, 25 minute, because I just don't, I get to that stage where I'm sitting here at the laptop, I could literally just nearly, I'm not being productive. And I say, if I take that 20, 25 minutes, and as I said it before, I have a little stop clock there, I have it down beside me, set it for 20 minutes, just to refresh. It just makes the world of a difference.
Mate, when you get heavy, like at the moment, if I get a bit drowsy, I have to like stand up and do a lap around the apartment, because if I close my eyes sitting down, I could sit here right now and just fall asleep easy, sitting up.
Wish I was like that. Fuck me.
So like I as soon as I feel like sluggish, I get up straight away. Otherwise, I'm fucked.
You're gone. Oh, it's horrible there now. So where are you at now at the minute? Like, have you made any kind of plans yet in the last? Because I know you're tapering the end, aren't you, now with the off season?
So I'm holding that like 280, 281 steady. It dropped off this week when I pulled the GH out, and then that went back in. But then I got fucking food point. I got the shits for like a day. So like body weight was all over the place. But now it's settled back at like 281. So it's just holding there, and I feel pretty good, and blood's came back, and it's mad, right? There's nothing is worse than the last time I got them done, and there's some markers that are improved, which is pretty crazy considering I'm like another 4 months into my push since last time.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to run till the end of March.
Okay.
Then, well, we'll see what he says, but I reckon he will. Then held over April into May, and then maybe start prep like middle of May or so. That's what I'm expecting. And then that'll mean what, like say June, July, August. Yeah, that would mean like September, October shows, which will be perfect.
It's perfect as well because you'd be cruising while you're at home for client shows and stuff like that as well. Have that kind of added, hassle.
So what I would do then, I reckon we'll be starting like when I have like 2 weeks left in Ireland. So the last 2 weeks in Ireland prep, and then that'll be nice because that's the initial stint, and then once I get back, then I have the whole time here.
Brilliant.
So,
exciting times.
Yeah.
Now the guy who's what were you? 109s, Dara, was it?
6. So that's my third weigh-in the 109s, and it's a little bit of a weird one because, like, let me just go into my my tracker here.
Give us the weekly rundown now for the listeners.
First time I hit the 109s was actually 10 days ago. So I was 109.5, but then I went back up 110, 110, 111.2, right? And then it's funny, after my body weight spiked up to 111.2, like we took another couple days rest. And when we went back to the gym after that, I was 110.2, right? Kuba actually upped my food back to where it was when we made the first prep change. So he's upped my food to by 500 calories both days. And my body weight dropped 2 days in a row. Then it came back up yesterday before I traveled, and now it's back down again. But always when I weigh myself at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it's always up. So yeah, I'm 109.6 now, but like I took did you see the picture I put on Instagram this morning? I just put like a selfie in the mirror this morning. It doesn't even do justice. I woke up this morning, maybe a little bit of dehydration from not drinking as much water yesterday, but like my abs are starting to get like really fucking tight now, like really tight. And I can see when I hit a front double, like everything is a lot more streamlined now. And I'm like, fuck me, how am I 109.6? Because like the very, very first day of prep last year, I was like 109.4 or something like that. So I'm the same weight basically that I started my prep at very first day last year without any of the drugs in or anything like that. So like
I don't think you're gonna have an issue. Put it this way, right? The guys at the top of Classic, mate, they're stripped. So like if you're gonna suck down, and if you put on muscle in your toe, it just means you're gonna be inside out.
Exactly. So, and like I need to suck down, and I need to suck down early so that I have the time to then fill back up. But my hope, right, is that I have a lot of shows lined up, and I think like for that first show, which is going to be the PCA show, I'd probably look my worst at that show because Kuba said it to me. He said it to me 3 times now total. And then the third time he said it to me, I said, look, mate, I'm doing this fucking show. I'm being stubborn here. I'm not changing my mind. So we're making it for the show. I don't care if I'm 95% like you think I am. So this is the show I'm doing. I'm not changing my mind. That's it. He was like, right, sweet, fair enough. Because he said it to me like 3 times. I was like, yeah, I get where you're coming from, mate, but I want to do these shows, blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, this is fucking what I'm doing because it was stressing me out. He said it to me 2 or 3 times and I was like, get where he's coming from. But I'm like, don't be fucking planting the seed in my head that like, we're not going to be doing these shows or you want me to push him on or blah, 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 blah. Like I have my timeline, I have my plan and I'm sticking to it. And I know it'll be fine, right? I need to lose over 1 kilo a week from here. That is doable. I still almost feel like, in a way, this is going to sound crazy, right? I still feel like I'm in like the recomp phase of prep. Like I still feel like I'm only 6 weeks in, right? And the cycle changes that I made as well. I only pulled my test down, bumped my DHT up like a week and a half ago. So I still feel like there's a lot of changes happening. I'm only really kind of like really getting the cogs. And like, yes, I'm 12 weeks out, but normally at 12 weeks out, I would have an extra 6 weeks of prep done. Do you get me? Because
Yeah.
prep this year. Like, I feel like I'm kind of in this like little recomp thing. And then I feel like soon now it's just going to take off and I am going to drop consistently. But yeah, I'll get there, but I'll be stripped out. That's for sure. So yeah, but like you said, Mark, like all the top guys, this is what they do. They still end up looking okay on stage. So it's fucking doable. Like, I know this. Do you know what I mean? I kind of get a sick thrill off like wanting to know what it's like. You get me? I'm like, this is my year of doing classic. This is my year like really suffering to get down under that cap. This is my year where I'm probably not even going to have a proper peak week because I'm going to be, it's good experience and it's going to be a really good challenge. And it's going to just be very interesting to see how it all pans out. So yeah, I'm interested.
Very excited. That's good now.
It's exciting. It's a big year.
I do think over here though, the week I'm over here, I do think I'm going to see things shift. Normally when I'm traveling and when I'm away and, you're a little bit more active and you're kind of outside your normal environment, I feel like things are just going to drop, to be honest. And now when I'm going to the gym over the next couple of days, I'll be like, I can't just hop on my car and just drive to the gym nice and relaxed. Like I'll be walking or I'll be getting public transport or a taxi or something like that. So I'll be a little bit more probably on my feet.
Nice one. What I'm going to bring up now a little bit there is one of our listeners was one of my clients. He was just kind of messaging me and he just said it to me, he goes, look, listen to your podcast. Would you bring this up? Because this frustrates him. It's going to frustrate us as well because we're coaches. So I'm coaching this guy 5-6 years, never misses a beat, always does what needs to be done. Did show prep, won his first show. So he was in the gym the other day and just chatting with a guy. And your man goes to him, he goes, oh, how are you getting on for your dieting? Oh, this is whatever, doing this. And then he asked the other guy, how are you getting on? He goes, oh, things are kind of stalling there a bit. My coach hasn't moved things on, so I slashed 50 carb off a day just to see how it's going to feel. So when we do that now and we have that, like, this is kind of what's going to open a dilemma. And this is what the listeners are need to look at is when people make their own adjustments, if they want to speed things up, what is that going to bring at the end of the day? More so, it's going to bring confusion for us because we don't know what you're adhering to. When we see them drops happen and then you stall, we're making an adjustment, which could be that 50 carb you pulled off, where do you go from there now? Like, what's your thoughts now on the same thing here now, just so we can have that little bit of a debate with this. So client makes its own adjustment.
Just don't.
Yeah. Why you pay us? Like, what are we paid for to do that? Like, where do these guesses come from? These second guesses of that we need our own adjustments.
Why do we have coaches to stop us doing that? Because we want to push ourselves on. You know what I mean? So if you have a coach, just trust them. It's what they're there for. If you want to coach yourself and make your mistakes, because we all make our mistakes when we're in our own heads, because it's based on emotion when it's with ourselves. So if you're thinking something, it's more than likely based off an emotional response that you have. But your coach doesn't have the emotion that you have, so he's going to be able to think logically about what you need. So what you need is probably not what you want to do, which is why you should listen to that.
I didn't want to bring my food back up when he told me to bring my food back up. And he's like, look, we'll do it for 3 or 4 days. We'll see how we get on. Now it's coming on nearly a week, like, and I've actually moved forward more and I feel fucking 10 times as good. You know what I mean? So it's just such a funny one. But I think when you're prepping, not even just when you're prepping, but even in general, if you are going to be coached, it's important you just go into athlete mode. Okay. Like, just listen and execute. I remember when I first started with Cuba and I'd been coached. I coached myself, obviously, my first 6.5, 7 years, right? And then I did a stint with you, Mike, and then I did a stint with Joe. But even those 2 stints that I did, I was still kind of like I'd kind of say a little bit dogmatic in like a lot of my views or my approaches or how I thought certain things needed to be done, right? And then I started with Cuba and I was like, right, I really need to fucking listen to this guy now and apply absolutely everything he's telling me to do. And there were so many things, I remember back, so many things that he was telling me to do. I was like, what is he telling me to do this for? This just sounds backward. even when it came to deloading or like the diet or this and this, I was like, I just don't understand any of this. But I did it, and I didn't instantly that day notice the difference or the next day. I did it, and over time I started to see the benefits of like doing those things. And it's like a trust the process sort of thing, right? You have to actually just do it. Just listen to your coach, trust what they're trying to do with you. And like anything in bodybuilding, it takes time and it takes patience to see things happen, right? And that thing with the scales, Mike, or like making food adjustments, that drives me nuts. Like even with lifestyle clients, show they text you, oh, no drop on the scales this week when we pull food. I'm like, number one, you're actually down on average by like a pound. And number two, be fucking patient, bro. You know, like you need to give it like a week, maybe even 2 weeks. If I don't see things move for 2 weeks in a row, then that's probably when I'll make an adjustment, you know? And again, guys, body weight does not equal body fat. Visuals are different, etc., etc. Like I said, I'm 109.6 now. I was 109.6 10 days ago. Guess what? I look way leaner now. Weight means fucking nothing, you know?
That's it. That's it. Go on, Mark.
Even then in a surplus as well in an off season, you know, a lot of people will think they need more food, so they'll put more in, you know, and that's the quickest way to just gain a load of body fat. Because again, when you're in a gaining phase, you want to get heavier, you want to get bigger, and you're probably going to be hungry at the start as well. So like in your mind, you'll want to give yourself more food. What do we want to do at the back of the show? We want to give ourselves more food, but it's the quickest way to just ruin your whole off season. So don't just add in more fuel for the sake of it, or be like, you know, it's like, oh, well, I'm in a gaining phase, so fuck it, I can just add in these calories because I'm bulking anyway.
But even what you're saying there, like I've only done 3 food adjustments since October, and I just recently put one in. And like this was coming from just, I think I see Dara said it was a Mark. I think Mark said it on his story, and that's where I got the influence from. It was a few raisins. I literally, what I do is I put 100 gram of raisins into a tub every morning, and I just, not even in between meals, I'm just kind of going through my day. So it's like just like 350, 360 calories just added in through my diet. I just added about 3 weeks ago. Sits in my stomach nicely, doesn't really, no issue to get them in, and just give me that little bump. But as I said, 3 food adjustments since October. So I was taking 4.5 months or so, 4 months, where it's not needed. And the same thing with clients. Like I had a client go to me there now. He's like, I really want to push on my bulk. And like from visually, like he's holding a good position, but any more body fat, like for him to start prep in like 9-10 weeks, it's not beneficial. It's more beneficial to recomp this weight, hold it 8-9 weeks, and then we enter prep.
I normally only ever have 3 or 4 changes in a whole entire phase anyway. Usually, like sometimes now, maybe off the back of like a mini cut or a versatile or off a prep, there will be a lot of small changes initially.
Yeah, micro 3 or 4 week changes.
Micro 3 or 4 week changes for the first 6 weeks or something. But after that, there'll be maybe 2 more bumps for the rest of the push-up. Same as a prep, you get your initial adjustment, and you'll probably get 2 more pull downs. That's probably it. Maybe you'll dig a little bit hard for the last 3 weeks, but that's all it should look like. And again, you have the one big initial adjustment, and then it's 200-300 calories at a time, and things should move as long as you're fucking nailing things. And one very, very telling sign, right, when we go on about, you know, green flags and red flags in coaches and clients, right? One big green flag with a client is when you actually bring them from a gaining phase to a dieting phase, right? And you make the changes, and you see this instant, consistent, predictable response. That's how you know someone was nailing things in their off season. You don't see that response, you know someone hasn't really been crossing their T's and dotting their I's, right? Because you know,
I have, you know, we know we're like that, but I have, you know, clients that you know are fucking dialed in, and like you have zero stress because you're just like, I know exactly what's going to happen when I do this or this or this. You know, it's at the moment I have like Tom, Dav, John, Jay. They're prepping for shows now in April, May. They're just like they all look mega. It's super easy because I just know exactly what I'm going to do is what's going to happen because I know how on it they are. When someone's on it, it's so predictable. If you have everything covered, then if you pull 100 calories, you will see a response straight away.
Yeah, it's a good topic as well because I think when I was in maybe my first 2 years or so of coaching, right, I used to be scratching my head a lot of the time going, fucking hell, do I really know what I'm doing here? Why am I changing this and this isn't happening and blah, blah, blah. And you kind of question your ability as a coach sometimes, but it definitely comes down to some clients are on the plan and some clients aren't. And over time and experience, you start to really know yourself whether
You know
someone's
who's doing it.
plan or not, right? So you can't fool us, right? Like we have the experience. We've coached so many people to know, right? So I don't care how different your metabolism is or whatever excuse you're going to use. We know what's going to happen. Like,
as well. It's all good, like obviously with clients like that where you make the adjustments. It's then right. How do you get the results from other clients who may not be on top of things? I think as a coach as well, I think one thing that comes into it a lot is it's like psychological warfare, as in like it's mental games that you play.
yeah, reverse psychology.
You like for me, like I will play mental games with clients without them knowing
Mhm.
to get the best out of them. So I'll make some changes, and but by doing certain things, I'll know exactly what's happening, exactly if they're missing this or that, and it allows me then to be like, right, I know what's happening here, so I can then say things and talk to them in a way that it switches things, and then they're like, do you know what I mean?
I
It's
know,
like
I know exactly what you're talking about, and the listeners might be like, what do you mean? I
it's,
don't really mean. But and again, this is why, and you said this in a previous podcast, Mark, right? I don't see AI replacing coaches anytime soon because AI isn't going to be able to do this shit. Like, well, maybe
it's
eventually it will, but
I say right, it's not as a coach, right? It's not about giving like a meal plan and a training plan. It's about being able to manipulate things to get the absolute most out of a client, regardless of what
situation or whatever
happens.
happens. And
Yeah,
it's like the ones, as you were saying, the ones that miss and the ones that are missing, if they're honest about it, and like as you said, we're trying to find ways around it. Like little things like that, like some client, like the worst one is like, had a tough week, I'll miss this week's check-in. No, you won't. Like you hold them accountable to sending that through as well, like little bits of that. Well, if you miss this week, what's going to happen the following week? Like no matter what way, like even for a client, if you feel like you're having a bad week, an update is better than not sending anything at all. Or like even the same thing, the client might not check in and be like, then you message them, everything okay? Oh, tough week. Just said I'd leave you alone for the following week. Like we're here to fix that
you're the
break.
most important needs to be to check in. You know, when you have the bad weeks.
Like they're
I
the
think
important because that's what gets you going.
like honestly, like a lot of coaching is literally mindset. It is. It's getting into people's minds and being able to develop their mindset. Because if you can listen to the way someone speaks or acts, and you can see their habits, and you're able to then speak to them in a way to build that mindset in the way they need to be adherents. So if you can improve someone's mindset around the way they're currently doing things, that allows you to get more results.
That's why communication is so important in a coaching relationship. Like one of the biggest things I actually give out to my clients for is
Not messaging us.
not like messaging me, not communicating with me, having skimpy check-ins. I had to call one or two people out during this week. I said, look, mate, like these check-ins aren't good enough to give me these one-word answers. I'm like, I want to really know how your week is going from all perspectives. I want detail. I want emotions. I want all those things because you get to learn a client and you get to learn people's personalities as well and what makes them tick. And there's some clients obviously that are going to react to like tougher love, and there's other clients that react really well to positive encouragement when they actually deserve it. And you need to know when to kind of pull on both of those dials to get the most out of a client. And it is all mindset, literally, like Mark said. But there's nothing fucking better than really getting in someone's head, just flicking that switch, and you can see it building over time. Checking after checking after checking, they're sending your updates. Oh fuck, seen this weight in the scales, never thought I'd see this, and you can see it just starting to happen for them. Like I'm actually getting that with loads of clients at the moment, and I fucking love it. And I have my first photo shoot prep now at the end of August, and there's two people who've started it. Yeah, we're like 24 weeks out now, so there's two people who've started it. The rest are yet to start, but I can't fucking wait for that because it's going to be for a lot of those people that like real game changer couple of months that's going to forever level them up and change their mindset. Because when you take yourself through a really tough process like that, everything else is just easy for you beyond that point. That swears me up. Love it.
And even just to touch on a point what we're saying about communication, like there is two ways with communication. I had a very interesting one yesterday. God bless the client. I won't say the name now. I'll just leave him off. But he sent me a voice note, And you know, like sometimes you're not in a position, like I think I was in Tesco or something, so I wasn't in a position to listen to it straight away. So I was kind of there, right? I seen a voice note like 20 seconds, like, right, just going to finish shop, get home, I'll reply to it. He sent another voice note in between that, which was another 15 seconds. So I got home, listened to it. The first one is this client is using a small bit of the R word, a little bit of Retta. So he ended up going from a pen to a vial. So I think Dara knows where this is going to go. So went through how much to take.
So many people are doing this, lads.
Yeah, went through how much to take with him at the start of Monday. I was like, look, your pen's going to run out here. This is what you need to do then. So he sent me a voice note going, look, do I take so I take a full mil of the insulin syringe when it was meant to be like a 0.1 or whatever it was. So he took 10 times the amount he was meant to take in one shot. And so he did that. He sent a voice note, just about to take this. I'm going to take 1 mil. That's right. Is it 0.1 or 1 mil? And like then 10 seconds later, voice note, oh yeah, I took a full mil.
Mate, you should know when you're looking at the fucking
half empty. Yeah,
this looks like a bit too much. Like
I know.
I made a mistake before in the past with the fucking
insulin. Yeah, so
I was like, this is too much.
It's just a funny one because I listened to the voice note. Then I was like, bro, if you just sent me a message, like as in just typed it out, like should I do 1 mil or sent me a pitch? You know, like I could have seen it in the shop and said, no, don't do that. Just do this. So he's after taking 10 milligram in one go. So I kind of say he's gone off now. He's for the weekend. So I got him to update me every day because I'm more so interested. Now you're going to be a little science experiment for me now, just to see how the next few days go.
Well, when I had my client as well, I was asking him, and like, how do you feel? And like this, and what's your digestion? Like, oh, grand. 5 days later, he was like, some dose of shit's there, bro. It's like, it's kicking in now.
That's what I'm waiting for because like it should be 3-4 days. It takes about 36, 40 hours.
It's not going to hit him yet. Yeah.
No, so like I'm waiting till like Monday, Tuesday. So it was just one of them ones I just laughed on when I seen yesterday. I was like, oh man. But at least it's something not like an insulin. It's not going to have any kind of effect like that.
Yeah. Did any of you see, I won't name names now, but mutual friend of ours, did any of you see that he thought he was taking 5 IUs of GH and he actually took 5 IUs of melanotan?
Yeah. I remember that.
So guys, for anyone who doesn't know, right, like melanotan is fucking strong. You don't take that much of it. When I'm taking it, right, I don't take like 50 units. I take like 5, sometimes even like 2.5 units. So imagine taking 50 fucking units of melanotan.
Are you talking about me?
No.
I done that.
Did you?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, stop.
Mate.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about someone else.
No, I done this. Mate. I cannot describe it.
Did you have like a 24-hour boner? Like
24-hour boner and headache.
Mate, it was like
explode.
I didn't have enough of my own GH left, so I used someone else's, and I went up to bed, right, and I was like what the fuck is going on? And I was getting really hot, right? I was getting really hot, and I got up. I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought to myself, right? I was like, oh, I was like, that wasn't GH. It was melanotan. Mate, it was one of the worst nights of my life.
I'd say so.
I felt so sick. I was like 120 degrees. My face was like a tomato.
Yeah, right. Flush, massive fucking boner that doesn't go away. Crazy.
I know. Like that, it can happen in the way. Like I think I did so, like not that amount, but I did a little bit extra. I remember before I put 2 insulin pins in the fridge, and one was GH and one was melanotan. And whatever way I was close to fridge, they end up moving really close to each other. Like I should have put them in separate drawers. You know, when you have the Russian roulette of, is this GH? Is this one? I was like, fucking hell.
I'm so careful with my shit, man, to make sure that doesn't happen. I even have like different colored insulin pins that I put different shit in. You know what I mean? So like I have like my blue insulin pin that's always this, and my purple one that's like always that, you know, just so that I know for sure, right, this is fucking what's what.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's little things like that can happen. Like, you know, if you do, because like my funny one now, I know, remember, but like I was here, like I leave all my stuff, like my shots for the week here, and it's the same thing there. If I start doing now, I have different colored pins on top of like for the withdrawal needles. But I left them on my desk before. I kind of put like, say I could have test and put a pin, then I got blast and put the pin. So I put it beside it. But my Mrs. Gracie came in here and she was cleaning the desk and she moved them all and didn't realize that, you know, different compounds and everything. So there was 3 or 4 things with all kind of filled in syringe. I couldn't remember what as well. And I kind of look at it and go, oh God. Well, it's like it's not even her fault, it's mine. But you know the way when you're on prep as well, you just get that little bit of
But like you still took them all anyway.
yeah, you'll take it through anyway because I'm
Through
taking
that.
the week anyway. But this week I could end up taking a shitload of more tests at the start or whatever it was. It was just
Yeah, that front loaded to be grand.
We'd be grand. We'd be grand.
I've done it with supplements as well. So I've had my PM supplements in the morning. So like fucking like 2 or 3 milligrams melatonin, you know, GABA. Oh,
Yeah.
terrible.
It happens us all. Like even if there's beginners listening or people new when they're having their supplements, taking their stuff, like you can hear from us here now.
You think you're taking a line of cocaine, turns out it's ketamine, you're fucked, you know what I mean? It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, you'll be glued to that couch for a few hours.
Or you stitch someone up. So yeah, gone are the days, huh? Just creatine now, boys.
That's it. We'll reminisce another time.
Yeah. So anything else on this week, guys?
I've little bit of training with a few. I'm training with Danny Hausert on Tuesday. So we're training back just in the gym because obviously he's like
Howard, is that?
Yeah.
From the engineer?
Yeah, from engineers.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're both because obviously we're both in the same gym, but we said we'd finally get a session, so we're going to train back because we both have shit backs. So we said we'd do that. I have a client over. What's that?
Is that Jack Eagle's clients?
Yeah, Jack's client.
Oh yeah, very good physique.
Yeah, very good now. PCA Pro. Literally he's prepping for the end of the year, so he's prepping for October time. He's going to do the end last regional, and he's doing like October, November.
He's doing the amateur I think, or one of those shows at the end.
Italy.
And I think he might be actually doing the British as well. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what it's looking at there. So good to get a training session in with him. Good vibes with him now. He's a funny character.
He is. He's a good dude.
And then I have a client over on Thursday. So we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we have 3 days of training in camp for prep. So he's about 6-7 weeks into prep. It's a funny one now. Like Shane, he's one of he doesn't know his show date yet. As in, I've picked his show dates. His partner knows, like his fiance knows the show dates. But we're kind of holding him off because he gets really bad anxiety of feeling of where he needs to be. So I told him, I said, there's no pressure. We're going to do the first like maybe 6 to 10 weeks and I'll tell you when in, but like there'll be no issue. Everything's booked. Everything will be sorted for you. So it's fine. Like, so him and like the missus knows it all. So, but it's been a breeze. Like last time I prepped him, he kind of struggled with like, timelines, wanting to push harder, all them few bits. But now like he's 18 pounds down in 7-8 weeks, literally minor adjustments, just showing up. But sometimes it's just taking the pressure.
Just the experience as well, isn't it? Like the experience of like when you've never done it before, you're kind of like, oh, should I be like foot more ahead? Should I be this? I think another thing as well, guys, is like a comparison, right? Like how I look at 12 weeks out versus how Mike looks at 12 weeks out or Mark looks at 12 weeks out.
Completely different.
It's not all going to be the same, right? And how quickly one person comes in versus another. And, there's some guys as well, even that like you see them when they start prep or when they're in their off season and you're kind of looking at them and you're going like way behind or look whatever. And all of a sudden they prep and boom, you're like, whoa, their physique transforms. Actually shout out to Taylor James Johnson. He's like that. When he preps, it's like he looks like a bit soft at the start, right? And you're thinking like, oh fuck, he looks like he's way off. And then like as he starts to go into prep, it's like his physique just fucking comes alive and it's crazy what's underneath there. Whereas I feel like from start to finish, I don't have as much of a change. I kind of look the same but leaner, obviously, but my physique doesn't like make this massive like kind of unveiling or transformation, right? And everyone's just different like that. So you can't compare yourself to other people, Again, another guy like Martin Fitzwater, right? A lot of people always say when he's 3 weeks out or 4 weeks out, oh, he's way behind, etc., etc. And all of a sudden, last minute, boom, he's just crazy.
It happens to me.
Mm.
So I hold a crazy amount of water. So like coming into like the last like 2 weeks, like if it was anybody else, when they looked at themselves, they'd be like, fucking hell, like, I'm there's still a bit there. But like me and Cuba know now, we know exactly what it is. And we know what's body fat and what's water. So as soon as we make adjustments and even like pull a GH down, it's fucking crazy what happens in a week.
I remember you coming into the posing rooms to me, you were like 2 weeks out and you were like, man, I'm fucking like what were you like 4 or 5 kg heavier in the evening time or something like that? And I was like, what? And I know you're a tall dude, Mark, but like you're only an inch taller than me. And like, I was like, that's a lot of water, bro. I'm only about 2 kg heavier than the evening. But different physiques, guys, different things are necessary and different things are needed. So You gotta
Mike,
figure.
what else you have coming up?
Me this week, well,
Yeah.
week wise, not a whole. Besides that, like as usual,
Okay.
train through. The only thing is that I made it like I just had to swap my split around a little bit this week. As in, I'm gonna be doing my upper lower like my days at the start of the week because I want to accommodate the training with my client for 3 days. Normally, I train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday and Sunday. But this week I'm gonna be off Wednesday and Sunday. That's about it because obviously when clients are over, train with them, enjoy that, and then the weekend, I got nothing overly planned. Nothing for about 2 or 3 weeks. Like I have a wedding to go to in about 3 weeks' time. I think it is. Yeah, 3 weeks yesterday. But no, that's my week. Just eat, train, sleep, train with people, good vibes. How
Yeah.
about you, Mark?
I was going to have a client over in a few days, but all the flights are cancelled this week.
Yeah,
So he won't be over. My sister is meant to be coming on the 12th, and my
Lovely.
brother's meant to be coming on the 17th. So I'm hoping that
Oh, they're
things-
both gonna be over at the same time.
so she leaves and he comes over the same day.
it's
No,
over.
we made it work like that because I don't have room for like my sister, her
okay, yeah.
boyfriend, my brother, his wife, you know what I mean? So my sister and her boyfriend are staying, and then they're going, and then my brother's coming over to stay.
Yeah.
Will there be any Paddy Day celebration? I wonder what that's like in Dubai. I wonder, do they have anything for the Irish, or is it even a
There's
thing
small
there?
Irish community over there. There's GA teams over there, so I'm assuming there's a Paddy's Day.
There's a lot of Irish over here.
Your host Billy lives over in Dubai, does he not?
You?
Your host Billy, the MC, he does all the Two Bros shows.
Oh, him. Sorry, when you were like I thought when you were like Billy, who the fuck's
He's
Billy?
involved in like the GA club over in Dubai.
Is it?
Where-
Okay.
Pretty sure, yeah. I think he's some obviously Irish connection or something. He's from obviously the States somewhere, but I think all them fucking second
There with their
generation Irish crew over in
someone from Galway or fucking or something.
yeah. Their name is fucking McNally or O'Neill or something, and they're like, yeah, I'm Irish.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't really have anything planned. I'm actually looking forward to getting back to Ireland. Do you know that? For
Oh,
for a
definitely.
few weeks. I'm looking forward to it.
It's just a reset, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just it's been very, very full on.
Yeah.
And it's got to be nice to link up with clients and obviously see family as well, because it's great, but then when you're here on your own as well, what I mean, it's like it's
There's
nice.
only so much isolation that you can fucking especially when
I know, like we're used to our own company, our own routine, our own kind of hermit mode, that kind of way, like at times. And even that's like sometimes even training with people, like if you train with someone who's out of your gym, or if you have to travel to a different gym, like some people get a lot of like anxiety about that, like the amount of stuff we have to bring with us to just get out of our routine.
This is like
for you for traveling, Dara, like
the video up tomorrow, and that's like the whole purpose of the video. I actually have a reel. I didn't really finish it off properly, but that I was going to post on Instagram as well, just to kind of like show people like when you're traveling, like this is what happens. This is the shit you need to bring with you, and you have to be prepared. And I spent the whole on shitty not guys the whole fucking day packing before I left, like the whole day, because I had to like bag up like all my rice pudding and then like my intras and my whey, and then like whey for Chloe, and then I had all my pills done out into the little box I got, and I was like this and that, blah blah, and just making sure you have everything, because like your whole house has to come with you, because the amount of supplements you take and the amount of different times of the day you're taking different things, right? Because you wake up in the morning, you have like your AM subs, right? And then you've got your whole little pre-workout routine, which is like, your pump beforehand, your intra during, your post-workouts after, and then you got your evening subs. Like there's so many different things that go on throughout the day, and all the jabs that you take, and you're fucking bringing all that shit with you, it's fucking painful.
Do you know what it looked like, Dara? It looked like you had one of them like builders fucking cases.
But it was
I thought it was like a little thing for putting all nails and washers and all that into it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because I think now in my evening sups, I've got like 38, 39 pills that I take.
Because the engineer, they're like 12 pills a serving, isn't it? 12 or
12. So cardiac and hepatic are 12, and nephron is 10 serving. So I do like 6 morning, 6 evening.
So yeah, it does pop
the
up.
turbo dreams in the evening time is 8 capsules.
Is it? Okay.
And I take
obviously we want a bit of a review, because like as we always forget something when we travel. So you left the old AirPods, was it?
I left the AirPods, yeah, and I had to go retro, and I had to get these these
These bad
headphones.
boys.
It's kind of nice though, because it's like if you have them in, you kind of know they're always there. They're not going to fall out, and like yeah. And then I had a little thing, to like stop it, and it was just
So
yeah.
you got your through the flight, no problem. They're worth £8. What was it, £8?
Yeah, they were £7.99. They done the job. The only thing is, right, even though they're USB-C, when I stick them into the side of my laptop here, they don't work for some reason. So like, it's been annoying editing because obviously Chloe's here. She's in recovery mode. She's panned out on the couch. I want to let her watch Netflix, and then I'm fucking trying to edit the video, and it's just like, I normally have my earphones in, but yeah, I have all things to forget. I forget that.
Do you like headphones?
I used to hate them, and I was like, oh, I can't have over-the-ear headphones, blah, blah. And I got the AirPod Max last year, and I actually really like the AirPod Max are like so comfortable. I'm not going to lie, guys. The sole reason I got them though was so people wouldn't talk to me in the gym. When I was at prep.
You wear them in the gym, yeah?
I was 6 weeks out, and I bought them so that I could go into the gym, peak hat on, headphones on, right? So if anyone ever sees me with my AirPod Max, I wear those particularly on the days I don't want to talk to people in the gym. Forgot my AirPod. You're okay to come up and say hello to me, but on the days I'm really feeling like this is my session, don't speak to me, I have the AirPod Max on. So yeah, just
doesn't it go through that phase? Like, when you're like off season, like you could come into the gym and you might have a quick chat with someone at the start, you have no problem before, like obviously not mid session, but then when you're in prep, when you're in that final few weeks, like when you walk into the gym, you just try to ignore, to streamline yourself straight to the equipment.
That's one thing that's great about Ultraflex, to be fair. Like everyone
understands.
And everybody understands. Even it was so funny. I remember when I moved there, I remember like obviously like AJ, well, he's not trained there anymore, they've just moved, right? But AJ was in there, and like I don't think I actually had a proper conversation with him for about 3 months after I moved there. Why? Because any time I came in, he was already doing a session, or I was already doing my session. So we'd walk past each other and we'd just nod. And it wasn't until about 3 months later that I just caught him at the table and we had a chat. And it wasn't that I didn't want to speak to him, or I was being rude, or he didn't want to speak to me, or he was being rude. We just both understood the contract and the assignment and what we were doing out there. So we just wink, nod, crack on with our session, and that's it. So I literally didn't have a conversation with him for months, like after I moved there. But that's because
it's what we do, because like it's the same thing there. Because like I was in the gym yesterday, and when I walked in, Joe Gant's missus trains in our gym, and like she's been in there for months, and like sometimes the same time as me, but like I know who she is, I know all that, but I won't, like, I'll do my session, get onto it. And it's just because she was by the changing room. I was walking into the changing room. And I said, we could finally got to say, hey, how you going? Nice to meet you. And just whatever, quick chat went on our session. But like, it's not that we're ignoring these people or whatever. It's just that we both know our mission. They're doing prep. I'm in my thing. The same in there. There's another pro, Joey Farrell's in our gym now working as well. Took me like literally only, I think about for 4 or 5 months. And we only got to have a chat because we were both kind of doing our thing. A new bit of equipment came in, and I helped to move stuff out of the way, and then he came in then as well, and we were putting something back, and we got to have like 10-15 minute conversation. And it's like, yeah, we'll get a training session in some place. And it's more like, it's a mutual respect to let people get on with their sessions, because like we know we don't want to be distracted for 10-15 minutes mid-session, and like we know what the goal is, and we spend long enough training as it is.
Yeah. Some good athletes in there, Mike. It's fucking, is the environment in there good?
It's great now. It is now. I'll say that. Like it's really picking up. Like there's some very good people coming in. Even like that, like the day passes, you'll see some good athletes coming in and out of the place. And your man, like, fair play to him. It's very good vibes that he set up, and like it's worked. Like obviously, if anyone's in around the area, like the gym it's in Preston. It's in the Capital Park Centre. Literally, say from like to Manchester, it's probably like 40 minutes from Manchester, very direct, like the motorway, the whole way up, just off the motorway, and you're there. Like, loads of parking, everything is well worth a try for anyone listening. If you are in the UK, if you haven't been to Next Level Gym Preston, it's a good setup and aesthetically clean and good equipment.
I love that. Yeah, I feel really bad for people, man. I feel like it's every week I'm having a conversation with a different client about the gym.
Gym equipment.
Like they text me and they say, man, like I'm getting like really frustrated, like with the gym, or I just feel very unmotivated, like training in this gym, and the environment is shit, and like blah blah blah. Like I really feel for people, right? Because like we all move country to literally train in better gyms, and it's like I've been living in the UK for 4 years now, and I just feel like that situation hasn't really changed back home in Ireland, bar Alan Kelly setting up AKA Method. You know what I mean?
And what's
But
the one
everywhere else,
with Nebula? Is it the other one?
Nebula, yeah, sorry, yeah, that looks like another
They'd be
good one.
kind of the ones that would really do it, like just as Al's and that. Whereas like we look back from our, like I think we even said in a previous podcast, like if you look back down in Cork, obviously Dublin have some now they're picking up as well, but any kind of rural areas, like if you think of that, like if you can say like look Sheffield, Derby, Preston, you know, like all these like places, like if you go to the UK and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to Sheffield for a gym, like you'd be thinking, why aren't you going to London? Why aren't you going to Manchester? But if you go here, like like for you, Dara, Tipperary,
Yeah.
that kind of way, Limerick, like there's nothing in these places for
Just around the South Yorkshire area, like there's some crazy gyms. Like even just down the road from Ushtrix, like you've got S20 20 minutes down the road as well. That's another unbelievable gym. Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's so many like really, really elite gyms with like unbelievable great atmospheres, great people there. And like that's like realistically in the UK, in one spot where you have a gym like that, you probably only have to travel another half an hour in a different direction to find another gym just as good. You know, like it's
And don't be afraid
to do that.
to travel. Even in Dublin. I was training in the gym like 5 minutes away from me for like my first like maybe 3-4 years. And then like I was like, you know, oh fuck it, you know, maybe I'll go to this gym a few times. And then I used to drive to that gym all the time, and that was only like, you know, 15 minutes away. But it's almost like because things are so convenient, we'll say, I don't have time to go to that one, or it's too far away. And i- if you can make that time to travel that 20 minutes, that could be an absolute game changer if it's something you take serious.
100%.
Definitely. Like I had that with one of my clients, like there, like he's traveling now, like to that gym in Newry, like the gym, like for him, like he had a gym, like he's literally close on the border, but his local gym now was like 5 minutes away. And he was
That's
training with shit equipment, but then he has to travel 30 minutes now to go to Newry, but he's doing it for prep. And the difference in him, his mood, his happiness, and he's just saying the equipment and even the
from
people.
what
Like,
I've seen, that looks like actually the best equipped gym on the whole entire like actual like
Island,
Ireland. That gym looks fucking insane because obviously Matt McCullough trains up there as well,
yeah.
and you see it in his stories all the time. And I've heard very very good things about it from anyone I know who's gone there. It's all kitted out with prime stuff as well, like you know what I mean. They've got the
That's
best.
it. Like it's got everything in there. So like that's definitely for me now. That's one that I want to like see as well. If I'm ever up in that area. That's the problem. But I'm actually close to. I'm going to a wedding close to there. I'd say within like 30, 40 minutes of it in 3 weeks' time. So probably have 3 days in Ireland. So I might just hit it up just to have a little look.
I even remember like I went to my cousin's wedding in Cavan there in 2024. And I was looking up a gym to go to in the area. Lads, the closest like actual gym I could even get that was like an actual gym was like an hour away. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, this is crazy. So I didn't even end up going to the gym because there just wasn't one there unless I wanted to drive to Dublin, which would have been an hour and a half.
You know what the other aspect as well is that like we're lucky in around here is like transport, like train transport and everything is like can get you to these gyms, can get you to these places or get you closer. Whereas in Ireland, like you can't rely on any like the transport is terrible for anything like that for if people are looking to go to places.
I think as well, Ireland fitness in Ireland hasn't been well. It started to grow over the past few years. So like, if this was like 5 years ago, what like, what's
I
the
think
point?
one,
What's the point in opening a gym, mate? Because from a business perspective, the demand wasn't there.
yeah,
Now there's few more better ones open and developing because demand is growing. Like there's a lot in the UK, but it's a much larger population. You know, and people will travel to where in Ireland, the smaller population, it wasn't as big, but now it's starting to grow, and I think they will start to scatter
yeah.
about a bit more.
I think fitness in general, just like if we use a very broad term, all fitness is growing quite a lot because what's the trend we're seeing in just younger people? People aren't drinking as much anymore. You know, people aren't going out as much anymore. Like people are just getting fit and active a hell of a lot more. I feel like bodybuilding has certainly grown and is growing in Ireland, but I think there's other things that are growing at just a way quicker pace. Like, you know, like people who are like running and cycling and like all this other sort of stuff like that is just growing so much quicker than like bodybuilding is as well. So, you know, I feel like those sort of things are kind of overshadowing it a little bit. People are like, why would I set up a gym when I could just have, or why would I set up a gym with a load of fucking prime kit when I could have
Equipment, yeah.
a studio with a couple of ski ergs and charge out my arse for it? Like there's what, tailor made or something. There's one of those after setting up in Clonmel now, and it's like real like premium pricing, and there's a couple of them around Ireland, but it's just like
That's it.
just classes.
The High Rocks gyms are making the money. Like that's where it's at now at the minute, because the buzzword. So we have to wait and see what 2027 is going to bring. What's going to be the buzzword of 2027?
I had a conversation with a gym in Dublin before. You know, they were like, "What do you reckon we could do?" And I was like, "Well, have you thought about getting better equipment in? You know what I mean? Such as, you know, Prime or other pieces that they don't really have in Ireland at the moment." And he said it's pretty simple. He was like, "Mark, like we don't need to in order to grow this, because nobody understands, or the minority who actually understand what these pieces are. And with the way people treat gym kit here, like we'd get them in and they'd be fucking ruined within 2 months."
I get that, but it's a bit of a cop out as well.
I mean, a bit of both, but like the difference is obviously gyms
here in sides. Like I get it from both sides, but
sorry, yeah, but people like us, Dara, like we respect gym equipment. Like the people like, oh, we'll always respect them pieces. But that's it.
I think as well. Look, like if I own the fucking gym, best believe I'm going to be patrolling around the place and absolutely killing cunts who are slamming the equipment or doing this.
Man,
you can't be there 24/7. But I'd be going back on the cameras. I'd be looking. I'd be saying, lads, respect the gym. You know, put your foot down, etc. And just know, right, if you want to train here, this is a serious gym for serious people who treat training seriously and they respect the fucking space. You know what I mean?
it's frustrating. It is like you
I'd
see
say it's so hard owning a gym.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm in the gym and like I hear like a machine bang, but like I'll turn around and be like, "Mate," like I don't say anything, but I'll be like, you don't need to slam it like that." Like even if I drop something, or if it's a fucking barbell and weights, throw it around. You know what I mean? It's a barbell and plates, but if it's a machine, you don't have to just like get it to the
Let
top.
it go.
And just drop it. You don't have to do that. You know,
I feel like there's some cunts that make that their identity. They're usually like the pikey types. You know, they go into the gym and they're like, just training.
You know, the one that's the biggest culprit. The seated row, they're on the seated row and they'll just let it go at the end and bang off that.
And if I do it, sometimes, like, you know, if I let something drop by accident, or I do it, straight away I'll go like that and I'll put my hand up and like, you know, sorry, because you know I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah. And on Ultraflex as well, even though we've got 7 cable stacks, there's always a fucking cable stack broken. And I'd say it's just the most fucking frustrating thing ever. Like, you know, even for Cuba to come in and go, some cunt is after breaking that again. He's obviously always giving out to people for slamming the cables, but you can't police the place 24/7. You can try.
I remember, I think, you know, Ron Partlow, Mutant on a Mission.
Yeah.
So I remember he had a post, I think it was him had a post up before, and it was about the cost of cables in the gym and people slamming them and stuff, because he owns obviously West Coast Iron. Like the comments, mate, were just like, "Shut up, that's your job. You're like, you know what I mean? You're a gym owner. You're here to, like, you know, replace the weights." I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's your job to replace it.
The entire
crazy
people.
I was mind blown. The amount of people that were just like, you know, like
people who obviously have no idea what it takes to run a gym, what it costs, etc.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, imagine us walking into them people's houses, into their kitchen, and slamming the presses. Like, do you know that, getting something out of the fridge and just slam the door across? Like,
I hate disrespect. You know, like when someone comes into somebody else's house and they're dirtying the place or they're doing this or doing that. I fucking hate that. It's the height of disrespect.
The argument was, you know, I'm paying membership, so I'm not going to someone's house. Respect is still a thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. Like, you can be a prick, or you can
manners. Yeah, respect.
It's manners, mate. Manners go a long way. Fucking hell, it's not like it's crazy. Yeah. Please, thank you. Hello, goodbye.
Exactly, especially if any cunts, and I'm going to say the word cunts, right? Just because we're talking about manners. If you're messaging me on Instagram, right? Like, I'd some fella respond to me. Number one, I hate when people ask for fucking creamy recipes and this recipe and that, whatever, right? But someone responding to me going, recipe ASAP.
You're going to get it.
Felt like jumping through the phone and headbutting them. Recipe ASAP. How about go fuck yourself? How about, hey bro, this looks nice. Could you please mind sending me on how you made this, etc., etc. Oh yeah, sure, mate, no bother. Recipe ASAP. Like, have people fucking like lost their marbles in this day and age? The manners don't exist. You just, they've access to you on social media, so they just snappy. It's like, that's like clicking at a waiter. That's what that's like. Recipe ASAP.
Oh mate, that's what like. I think that, like, that's not us fucking, you know, people listen to this and be like, geez, I better not fucking message him. He'll fucking, but no, it's like,
the bone of the message.
when I get a message, if I can help someone, amazing. I'll always respond back. But like, just say thank you. Fuck it. Like it's crazy when someone that doesn't have manners. If I go somewhere, like if I go to a waiter, if I'm asking somebody a question, like I will be like, thank you so much. Like I really appreciate your time. It's just, and that person will be like, no problem at all. I'm happy to help. Next time, just drop me a message.
Yeah.
It's a positive it's a positive interaction. Both people leave feeling good.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. And the same thing there, if you give that guy the recipe, he's not even going to give you a like, he's not even going to say anything. He'll just take the
and
recipe.
sometimes as well, like I'll give a fella like that a fucking snotty response, or someone asks me a really dumb question, I give him a really dumb fucking response, and they're probably thinking this fella's an arsehole, but like that's kind of just part of my personality as well. Like, sorry if he's watching this, right? But somebody messaged me there yesterday, and he was like, hey bro, I started taking Milano tan with the last week, but not really noticing that much of a tan. Do I have to use sunbeds? What do you mean you have to use sunbeds to get a fucking tan? Of course you fucking do. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking stupid. You don't just fucking take the Milano tan and magically get the tan. You need to do sunbeds as well. Make you tan, increase the melanin in your skin so you can get more of a tan. Like,
it's like you take a load of gear and just don't train.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. Hey, but I've been taking 12 weeks of test, but I'm not that much bigger. What's going on here? Should I lift some weights?
Should I start training?
Yeah. Will I smash 80 microgram of clen and stay on my high-fat diet?
Yeah, so I mean, like, if you ask me a question like that, I'm sorry, but you're getting a sarcastic response only because I get a fucking giggle off it. I'll be perfectly honest, you know.
Fucking hell.
I think we all get that a bit, like, ask a childish question, get a childish answer. Like, if you ask something in them kind of manners, like, we're going to answer the same way you ask.
If I ask a childish question, I'd expect the same response as well. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Oh, God.
Will we wrap that one up, boys?
Will we? Yeah. Yeah, it was a good chilled one.
Yeah, nice chilled out vibes. It's weird, actually. It feels like so much later than me. It's only 4:30 now. So I need to go out, box off my remaining steps, get some cold zeros because we're all out.
It's the Celtic cast and we're all in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
That's it. The first episode and all. That's it. Cause
we should have called it the expat cast instead.
The expat, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mark, rest day salmon. I'm on that next.
That's my next meal.
Same.
Yeah, Mark's salmon has been in the air fryer there for the last hour, guys. So
it's going to be a crispy.
It'll be just how he likes it. I'm going to have my bassa now, and I'm going to have it medium rare. It's going to be tremendous.
Brilliant. So,
boys.
All right. Well, I'll leave that there, guys. Thanks for tuning in once again. We'll catch you next week.